Welcome everyone. Thanks for coming to watch my presentation. My name is Johan Rommens. I'm the Technical and Sustainability Manager for Chemours, titanium dioxide. And I'm happy to present to you a new TiO2 grade for evolving regulatory requirements. So the name of the grade is TiPure TS-6706. And it's basically a TMP and TME free version of TiPure R706. First of all, I want to explain to you what is now about to do about TMP. So why do we want to replace it? Well, there is expected to be coming a change in the classification of TMP in the coming months. At this moment, TMP, which stands for 3-methylolpropane, is classified in the EU as a reprotoxic category 2 ingredient, which means that it is suspected of damaging the unborn child. This classification at the moment has no impact on grades like titanium dioxide that contain TMP as a surface treatment. However, it is expected that Finland will submit in Q3 this year an increase of classification, meaning that the substance will move from classification 2 to classification 1B. That would mean that the new warning phrase would be may damage the unborn child. In that case, it is expected that the classification would impact the classification of grades containing TiO2. Now, there is still a certain time, once this is classified, it will still take a certain time before it gets into the European regulations, and it is expected that a change of, or an obligation to classify TMP-treated grades is expected in 2029. So there is still time to change, but we want to be ready and make sure that our grades are TMP-free. Another consequence would be that grades containing TMP, if it is reclassified, would probably no longer be accepted by Ecolabel. So that is the reason why we decided to actually redesign one of our best-selling grades, TiPure R706, and therefore come now with a replacement product, TiPure R6706. So what is now the new grade, TS-6706? It's basically developed on exactly the same base pigment. So if you look at the structure here, left you see TiPure R706, which is basically about 93% of TiO2 in the core. And then you have a wet treatment of silicium dioxide with some aluminium oxide crystals for dispersion, and on that, in the very last step of production, there is a treatment of TMP. That is added for wetting and dispersion. Now what we have done is, well, we kept exactly the same base pigment. So the TiO2 core and the silicium dioxide and aluminium oxide is exactly the same as TiPure R706. We only changed the composition of the organic. So the organic is a non-regulated organic compound, and it has the same function as TMP, so it's also added for wetting and dispersion. It was important to change as little as possible because we really wanted to make sure that we ended up with a pigment that was as universal as TiPure R706, meaning that we wanted minimal reformulation efforts in water-based, solvent-based, and also in powder coatings. So it is a TMP and TME free version. Why TME free? So TME stands for 3-methylol-ethane. So we expect that if the propane version will be classified, that probably pretty soon after that, the ethane version will be classified as well. So we wanted to use something completely different. It's, as I said, a near drop-in replacement, so minimal reformulation is needed. TiPure R706 is a benchmark grade, meaning that it can be used very universally It's very weather resistant, so we kept the basic design the same, so TS-6706 will have exactly the same properties in terms of undertone and universality. And very important, it's not regulated at the moment, the organic that we used, and we don't expect that it will be regulated in the future. So in terms of applications, it can be used in waterborne, solvent-borne, and powder coatings. It has exactly the same blue undertone as Typure R706. Can be used in gloss, semi-gloss, interior and exterior coatings, architectural paints, wood coatings, and also in industrial coatings like refinish, OEM coatings, top coat applications, also coil coat and powder coat. Which tests have we done? Well, first of all, we have focused on the pigment properties itself. You will see that the physical properties of the two pigments, Typure R706 and TS-6706, are exactly the same. TS-6706 is also considered to we expect that it will have the same benchmark properties as Typure R706. And as I told, it has the same specifications. There has been a lot of internal and external validation. Internally, we evaluated it in several coatings formulations in Europe. And we also looked at both industrial and architectural formulations, and also got some customers looking at the product in an early stage. Very important for us was to make sure that the bulk handling was okay. So therefore, we did several tests in the lab to try to explain and predict what will happen in bulk in terms of bulk flow. Tomorrow at the conference, I will give a presentation where I will explain a bit more in detail exactly the tests that we have done there. But I can confirm that basically what we could predict in the lab, we could confirm that later on in some real-life testing. Just to show that physical properties are exactly the same, well, it's a left column and the right column, it's a copy-paste. The only difference is the treatment. So it's an alternative to the TMP. But for the rest, if you look at the technical data sheet, it's exactly the same. As a reminder, I want to say that so we have now a replacement for Typure R706, which is TMP-free. We did have already several grades in our portfolio which were TMP-free, basically who do not contain any organic treatment. So this is a summary here. We have Typure R900, which is designed for interior paints because it does not have this silica treatment, so it doesn't have weather resistance. We have Typure R960, which also does not have any organic, which gives very good durability because it's highly treated with silicium and aluminium oxide for weather resistance. And then there is TS-6300, which is a special pigment, also not containing organic, and specially designed for high opacity paints with high TiO2 loading. So in summary, I can say that we have a TMP-free replacement for our benchmark grade Typure R706. The name is TS-6706. It has shown proven scalability. It's upscaled. It's commercially available. We have tested it at full scale. Also, bulk flow has been tested in silo. And it has been validated across many applications, both internally and externally. So we can really say that it's practically a drop-in for Typure R706. So samples are available. The product is commercially available. If you have more questions, you are more than welcome at our booth here in Hall 5, number 265. And thanks a lot for your attention. I also want to thank my colleagues, Herman, Charles, and Schallender, who helped with the development and the evaluation of the pigment. Thanks a lot.